Hey everybody, welcome back to Restriction Bourbon. I'm DMC from Louisville, Kentucky. Today I'm doing a quick hit review of Old Forester's 117 series High Angel Share straight bourbon whiskey. Alright, so I have batch 3 of this High Angel Share, which was released here in 2024. So this is the third release of this 117 series High Angel Share. This is going to be a Fresh Crack Friday, so I'm going to go ahead and crack this open and pour it while I'm talking. I can find the perforation here. All right. And all right, nice pop. This poured. So the 117 series came out in 2021, and these are only 375 milliliter bottles, and they've been doing 3 releases a year. So they've all got different names. So they've not only have the High Angel Share, they've had things like a Bottle and Bond. They've had 1910 extra old, 1910 extra old. They had a Warehouse H or K. They had a Whiskey Row Fire anniversary. They've had a Scotch finished. They've had a rum finished. So just a lot of exciting things. So they do. Each one does say which batch of that style it is. So like I say, this is batch 3 of the High Angel Share. Which means it's the third time they've released it since 2021. This comes in at 110 proof, so it's obviously it's not cask strength, but the high Angel Share generally means that the casks had a lot of evaporation in them, which is the Angel Share, and they had a low yield of whiskey in there. So usually that whiskey is a lot of times considered very viscous. Sometimes very high proof, but sometimes, like I say, that it can be viscous and syrupy and all that. So don't know what the proof was on these or whatnot, but they did proof these all back down to 110. And this is a batch; it's not single barrels or anything. So they took a batch of these High Angel Share barrels and batched them down. So the nose on this is very intense. I'm getting some caramel. Just some dark fruit, some underlying sweetness there. I would have to say something like brown sugar, or maybe just that caramel, but yeah, nice nose. The price on these has crept up over the years too. Those initial releases back in 2021, these, like I say, these are only $3.75s or $40 a bottle. And then, last year they'd crept up to like $50 a bottle, and now all of a sudden this year they're $60 a bottle. So a little high, a little pricey. Now that's right in line with last year. They've released 1924, which they're going to release again. It's going to be an annual release here for a while. And the 1924 was a full 750 size bottle, and it was $120 price point. So $60 for a $3.75 is right in that same price point. Obviously, this doesn't have an age statement on it, though, whereas the 1924 was 10-year-old bourbon. But it was only 100 proof, so this is a little higher proof, but almost definitely a little younger. Consensus is that these barrels were pulled probably to go into their single barrel program, and they were found to have a really low yield and whatnot. So a lot of times the barrels in those programs are in that 6 year point, 5-6 year point. Although, as is known, Old Forester does heat cycling in their warehouses, so their bourbons are supposedly going to taste a little older for what they are. So 6 year heat cycled bourbon, maybe it's supposed to be more like an 8 or 10 year normal bourbon. I really do like that nose. It's actually got a really good depth, and it's a really flavorful nose. I mean, it's very nice. So can't wait to give it a taste. Cheers. Yeah, that's nice. Definitely has some layers of flavor there. It's got some oak. It has some caramel. Has a little bit of vanilla. Cinnamon punch is there. Definitely some heat there. I know a lot of times Old Forester, single barrels can be exceedingly hot from a heat standpoint. This is definitely not that hot. Like I said, it has been proofed down a little bit too. But it's got a good viscosity, good medium viscosity. There is some dark fruits, some cherry or some sort of a fruity, jammy taste. And that oak is super nice. That oak is not drying at all. It's got a good flavor. It's got, like I say, it's got some caramel vanilla woven in there, so it's nice sip. It's got the right amount of sweetness, the right amount of oak, right amount of viscous mouthfeel, and the heat goes away pretty quick, so the lingering taste is not hot, but it does. It's just got a great lingering taste. It's more fruity and cinnamon than anything. So, hope you liked what you saw here. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, leave some comments down below. If you've ever had a 117, if you've ever seen a 117, ever been able to try one or own one, and which ones you have. So, be fun to talk with you and see what people are collecting and finding out there. All right, remember everybody, all bourbon is whiskey, but all whiskey is not bourbon. The best bourbon comes from Kentucky. Cheers.